Alright, welcome to another Hearts of Iron 4 playthrough with Ripken. I'm going to do a new game as the German Reich. And in this playthrough, I'm going to try to just do 30 minutes of play, see how far I can get. Blitzing through Europe and the Allies. I'll be on Veteran, Ironman Mode. Historical AI focus is off. We'll just name the file Blitz. Had some fun with a French playthrough recently. As you can see, I only get to about 1942 and then I think I get bored with the play. So I start over. It's my weakness right now. So I'll just start off by grabbing all my troops. Bringing them over to Frankfurt for now. Research-wise, I'll start off with engineering. We'll do the electronic mechanical engineering. Production industry, basic machine tools, construction 1, and move over to our land doctrine, superior firepower. And I'm going to get started on military factories production wise, focusing on the 80% infrastructure tiles first. And then I'll move over to the 70% ones. For my military factories, we'll put some into guns, artillery, equipment, tanks, planes, you know the deal, naval bombers. And I also want to start working on my paratroopers, so we're going to do some transport planes. I don't think I'll be able to get going on them until after the war with France, but we'll see. National focus wise, I'm going to do it a little different. Some people have pointed out that if you do the Rhineland right away, France could be guaranteed by the United Kingdom, and that is true in most of the time of doing it, so we're going to do this different. I'm going to go right for Army Innovations, 4-year plan, and then I'm going to come back to it. I'll still do it. I want the political power, but we'll just do it a little later. I'm going to go ahead and trade for some of this rubber. I'm going to trade with France since I'm going to be going after their civilian factories anyway. And lower my tungsten trade with Sweden. I'll start off creating some cavalry. We'll do 13 of them. Change the priorities around and 6 light panzers. And we're going to deploy these into Munich. Air wing wise, I'm going to disband all of the current air wings and redeploy them. We will move our navy, put it all under one fleet, and just send it to this dockyard for now. We'll name this the Baltic Fleets. One thing I will do is separate the Pride of the Fleet. We're going to get that training because the Pride of the Fleet gets bonus to experience. So I pretty much should always have that training. About 25% bonus experience. And I'm going to go ahead and put out my air wings. I like to do my fighters in wings of 50. And my bombers in wings of 100, and I can change this later as I start mass producing planes, but I'm going to try to cover a lot of land. And it's nice to have them in wings of 50 to move them around. For me anyway. I mean, teach their own. So we'll set these all at 100. You just shift click. Gives you your grouping. And tactical bombers, we'll just set a limit as 100. Get those all training. For my naval bombers, I'm going to set those up near the Baltic. We'll do these in groups of 50 since I don't have many. And get them training as well. Speed this up, and let's take a look at what the national focus is. Everybody else doing. The United Kingdom is going to revisit colonial policy. Air focus for France. Italy's doing Ethiopian war logistics. Poland's preparing for the next war. Smart move. Finish the 5-year plan for Papa Stalin. United States is going to continue the New Deal. Mexico is going to do the National Bank. Japan's going to purge the Kadoa faction. China's doing Military Affairs Commission. Looks like we've got a problem with some of our trade early on, but that's okay. Change that around a little bit. And let's increase the speed on this. I want to get as much done. Hopefully I can get into France within the first 30 minutes of play. First 50 political power will justify our war goal. Deploy some of these troops. And create an army with them. Set a fallback line, get them training, and get all future troops of this type deployed into that fallback line so that they'll be training when they come out. Almost at that 50 political power. And we've got some military factories to distribute. Alright, so our first 50 political power. I'm going to justify that war goal. And we've got a date with the French on 18 October 1936. Just speed this up. Watch the war in Italy and Ethiopia while we deploy these troops. Not too worried about the trade with the Dutch. I will do the Mifo bill soon. Go ahead and split up these armies. Army innovations is complete. Our next national focus is going to be the 4-year plan. And the United Kingdom revisits colonial policy. I'm going to move over to my infantry division and make them a 20 wide. Just add an infantry. Save it. And let's take a look at what the other countries are doing. United Kingdom is going to guide the colonies. France is going to do fighter focus. Italy, Mare Nostrum. Yugoslavia is going to do friendship treaty with Italy. Poland will be doing the standardization of equipment. Stalin is working on the Great Purge. The United States is working on Neutrality Act. And Japan's gonna guide the Z word. I don't know how to say that. Zabatsus. Let's deploy these Panzer divisions. Get some infantry going in Nuremberg. Up the priority on that. And let's take a look how our air wings are doing. Pretty good. Pretty good. War in Ethiopia. Set up some field marshals here. We can get these guys training. Mountain division in here I want to take out. Electronic mechanical engineering is done. We're going to get started on the mechanical computing for the research bonus. Alright, let's take a look here. Set up our armies a little bit while we're waiting. We'll give von Klug charismatic for that division recovery rate bonus. Von Rundstedt's going to control our first army, or be the field marshal of it rather. Make him green. It'll be Army Group 1. Our second field marshal I'm going to start setting up will be von Klug. We'll mess with that more later. These guys are done training. That Ethiopian war is almost done. Take a look at the casualties. Get these troops deployed into Nuremberg and set up an army with a fallback line. And get them training. We cannot allow them to drift into the British sphere of influence. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I already forget what national focus they were doing. They're going to guide the colonies, okay. The Second London Naval Treaty has been signed. These are almost done. Let's watch the war in Ethiopia real quick. Should be done soon. If I've got any more troops to deploy. Oh, there's a big push. Go ahead and merge these armies. 57 days left on fuel. Alright, we're going to stop the training of these air wings. And I'm going to go ahead and get my battleships training. So I'm just going to right click on them. We're going to separate the battleships and send them out. 4-year plan is complete. We're in May. I think I'm just going to continue down towards my research slot. Maybe after this national focus, I can do the Rhineland. Or I could do the treaty with USSR now. We'll just do this. And let's take a look at what everybody else is doing. Towards Dominion of Independence for the United Kingdom. Close air support focus for France. Italy's doing air innovations. Poland's going to modernize the cavalry. Russia's still working on that Great Purge. The US Congress has passed the Neutrality Act and they're working on WPA now. And Japan's going to do new naval estimates. Let's deploy some more troops. That war in Ethiopia is about done. Take a look at the casualty counts. Basic machine tools are complete. We're going to get started on this Dispersed Industry 1. We've got a bonus to our research. 100%. Research bonus, so in 90 days we'll have that done. We're going to get started on the MIFO bills. Almost forgot about them. Oh, Ethiopia made a little push. Got a little encirclement going. The German Reich stands united under Adolf Hitler. Keep this on 5 speed. World tensions at 18%. Deploy some more troops. I need to use up some military command power. Give guerrilla fighter to Rommel. We can actually go ahead and appoint Rommel of Army 3. Let's fix Von Klug's colors. We'll go red. It's Army Group 1. And we need to distribute some more. I think I'm going to do Kurt Student as my paratroop general. I'm going to go ahead and give him that now. Gotthard. I'm going to give him Scavenger. And Ernst will give Winter Expert. And I forgot to assign my political advisor. We're going to go with Rudolf Hess right away. And let's see how this war in Ethiopia finalizes. I think I will be good on the next national focus to get started on the Rhineland, as we are in July. Get radio going for research. Although this war in Ethiopia is dragging out pretty long, I'd like to do Rhineland and Anschluss. We've got some dockyards to distribute. We'll get them into our destroyers. Get some convoys going. Need some naval experience to make some variants. Alright, so the national focus is complete. I'm going to go ahead and move to the Rhineland. Maybe a risky play. We're going to see. And speed this up. I will look at what everybody else is doing once the war in Ethiopia is complete. Go ahead and distribute some of these out. Get a lot of focus into those naval bombers. We are going to go after the United Kingdom in this playthrough. Superior firepower is complete. We're going to move on to delay. We've got that 100% bonus research. We'll have that done in 200 days. $46,000 casualties for Ethiopia. 11,000 for Italy. And that war is done. Let's take a look at what the other countries are doing national focus wise. Limited rearmament for the United Kingdom. Air doctrine for France. The games are complete. The Olympic Games. Industrial effort for Italy. Study foreign tanks for Poland. The Great Purge still for the Soviet Union. The United States is doing scientific research and development, and Japan's doing national mobilization law. Speed this up. Regardless, we must ready the people for war. Dispersed industry is complete. And I think we're going to move on to our weapons and equipment research. Not going to do the next MIFO bills. They are due, but we should be able to go to war by then. probably get some more of my... Maybe get my heavy cruisers training as well. Get some more naval experience since I'm not going to use my navy in the war with the French. So we're early September. I'm going to start my... You know, I don't have the Rhineland yet, but I'm going to set up a fallback line. Or a front line and just get some army experience. We want to get... We also want to get Rommel onto a front line with Austria, get him a planning bonus going as well. I didn't mean army experience, I meant planning bonus. And then we'll move them back in October. Couple in my Air Force that didn't complete all the way. See if we can get them done and not run out of fuel completely. Deploy these troops. $16 days left of fuel. I think we can do just this one fighter. I'm gonna let that military command build up now. Maybe split this army while I'm waiting. And our second army set up as well. And delete these fallback lines. Oh, we'll leave that one, because I'm still putting out some infantry. So next 150 political power. I might go with my military theorist. Or you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see, we're in September. I'm gonna do Heinz Guderian. I'll be going to war soon. Once the Rhineland completes, I'll allocate that political power into my one of my military command staff. Go ahead and get some infantry on the line. Split these up a little bit. You know, we're in early October. I'm going to delete these and draw our fallback line now. Renewal of the Rome protocols. The Rhineland is complete. We're going to go for Anschluss next. Alright, so it's about time for war. Need to get some things situated. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. We're at 23% world tension. They are not being guaranteed. I need to appoint some generals here. So we'll go ahead and get our generals set up. I did that wrong. We'll just move. I want my infantry officer, Erwin von Witzelben. We'll make Army 4 green. This is actually my second army, I think. It is. Make that Army 2. This will be Army 1. We'll make them blue. A blue star. We'll make this one a yellow star. Who do I want to assign this one under? We'll do Kurt Student, I think. Sure, why not? Apparently I didn't make that a green star. Hoi4 Rommel, we'll make you red, give you Panzer Group A. And this will be our Army Group A and Panzer Group A. We'll just do Panzer Group, Army Group. No reason to make that any more confusing than it needs to be. Let's stop our naval training and bring these all home. We're gonna need fuel. Make sure we don't get any of our navy destroyed unnecessarily. War begins in 2 days. We can go ahead and stop our exercises and deploy our Air Force out. We're going to want to protect Berlin with some of this. Almost enough political power to get our military command expert in. Justification for war is complete. Let's go ahead and declare. They're working on metropolitan France. The German Reich has declared war on France. Let's get our air wings up into the air and providing assistance. We're gonna need that superiority. Let's move on our air wings to northwest Germany. We are going to naval strike the sea zone. Did I lock off the ports? We're going to stop trade from moving through these ports because they're just going to pick off convoys at ease. We're actually going to stop it all. That's going to hurt our rubber trade, but we're going to have to deal with it. Yes, I know it hurts. You know what, we're going to trade with Belgium. Stop this trade. I'll at least get us some incoming rubber. The French are moving off the Maginot Line. We'll be looking to move Rommel soon. We are going to need to trade for oil, though. Who can we trade with oil-wise? I'm thinking we do it with the Soviet Union. See how that goes. Let's go ahead and get the time going here. See what the United Kingdom's working on. Foundation for an Indian state. While the French advance towards our lines. An ocean-going navy for Russia. We're going to go ahead and get Ferdinand Schroner in. That bonus to attack and defense. I think it was defense too. It was. Alright, let's go ahead and we're gonna drop students' forces back. Front line going under these two. I'll actually send student here. So we'll do Army Group 1, Army Group 2. We're just going to draw some front lines so that these guys pick up the planning bonus. And let's see defensively how we're looking. Might send Rommel to the north. Looks like they're going to be weakest in the north. The only thing are these forests, but and we'll spearhead right across, try to cut them off. Doing perfectly well on defense. Looks like our army is that green. We're gonna hit H to try to stop them from advancing. We don't need unnecessary losses here early on. We've got our bombers in the air, planes are in the air. Volunteer forces being sent from Italy. Let's see if the French are moving on the line. They're not. Should be able to advance soon. Speed this up a bit. Alright, that looks good. We're going to go ahead and start our engagements now. We'll do something like that. See how that works for us. Begin our push. Keep them engaged all along the line. We're going to initiate our force attack now. Speed this up, see how we do. Three days left on that battle. Let's take a look at it. And we are getting through now. Alright, so our cavalry's up really well. We're going to begin to move them right across. And try to encircle these armies. Just keep them engaged on that line. Let's go ahead and engage them. Alright, so we have encircled the French armies. Hopefully we can hold this now. And maybe cross over the river here. Let's cross it, push them. And the Spanish Civil War has begun now. Let's get our second army getting to these lines and protecting them. The Spanish Civil War has begun. Made a really nice push back across. We can stop these engagements. Let's take a look at our casualties. So we did hit 40,000 casualties in that push, but that's okay. I'm going to move our fighters and bombers up. Actually, I should keep one here. Try to push across the line here, take that airfield. So what I might do is keep Army 2 over here. We're December 4th. I'll go ahead and work on my artillery. So I can maybe delete these. Maybe just keep our one army responsible for that. Just redraw our battle lines real quick. Kurt student set up on this line. Hopefully that'll hold. And I'm also going to need him to hold this line. So we're just going to set them there. That'll do for now. I know it's not perfect. As we continue to advance into French territory, as long as we hold, we'll be okay. Definitely need to change this priority. We'll deploy these troops though. We're actually going to get them set up right into Army 5. 1, 2, 3. It should actually be Army 4. And we're going to look to push for Paris now. Keep our panzers just pushing on these lines. I don't mind these engagements. Let's go ahead and engage them. Anschluss is complete. That's going to give us some more armies if we get that. We're going to continue for our research slot now. Austria has refused. So we'll be going to war with both of those. Austria and Hungary have allied. We'll do that after this. Let's go ahead and push towards Paris. I actually have a lot of troops back. Should be able to just roll right over them though. Let's take a look at our casualties in this war. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're gonna move right in, and that should end the war. The fall of Paris. We're pretty close. What else can we take? We'll take Orleans. We'll just move straight up to the north. And that's it. So we're gonna take everything. Give him back Corsica. End the turn and puppet it. And there we go. So we were able to complete that in 1936. It's the 28th of December. We've acquired quite a bit of land. Spanish Civil War is going on, and in the next video I'm going to go to war with Austria and the Kingdom of Hungary. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe. There will be more to come.